Right then, so thank you to, I really should start remembering names, but thank you whoever it was to the person who told me in previous videos. Let yourself known in the comments, it's him, that you can buy something which makes you better at the database building, which won't make it so fucking tedious, I believe. So I'm going to shop online for books. Guide to database. There we are. This is how you spend your money. I have unread mail. Are you sure? Haven't we already read this? I'm pretty sure we have. Apparently not. I don't remember this at all. Then let's move on to the next point. When approaching girls, remember that once you make eye contact, you must approach her within seconds. If you wait just a slight bit longer, she'll begin having second thoughts and will start wondering why you didn't approach her. Keep this in mind. The player. Alright, well, if the game suddenly rather hints at that later on, then sure, I'll go do it. But until then... Right. I hope this book ups what I can do in the data, because at the moment it is really slow. It is a bit painful even. Our personal strength is shocking, plus our stress is quite shit as well. I only gets up by 1. I wonder if there's a book on how to get more personal strength. It's gotta be a thing, hasn't it? It's gotta be. Let's go to the cosplay cafes. Alex here. Hello. What do I want? Do I want to read? Do I want to hang out here? Oh, let's hang out. See if Alex shows up. I decide to hang out here for a while. I order a drink and lean back in my chair to relax. Hi, Rye. What's up? Now that I think about it, he's just going to come in on us. And we're just there being like, yo, sup? Just chilling here in the place that I said was ridiculous. Don't mind me. Alex, you'll never guess what I got. Okay, what did you get? A new computer. The newest on the market, in fact. How powerful. Yes, we have all this. What, dude? You have to let me see it. Am I going to have a stolen computer by any chance? And is Alex suddenly going to get a rather large inheritance from an uncle we didn't know he had? And then gets a computer identical to the one I had? Sure. Let's meet up in 2 days from now. That's when I get my book and how to get better database. I can't meet then. I'm going to be working. Thanks, Rye. So then tell me more about how it runs. We chat more about the computer before parting ways. I feel a little bit better afterwards. Wow. Sod resting. 16 personal strength. Wow. That's even better. So I'm currently at 20 personal strength. Tomorrow we will be talking to Sophia. Although by then it will be down by 18. Or does it go down by 1 or 2 at night? I should really remember, shouldn't I? Oh, well, we're just going to keep doing this anyway. Sure, it might be efficient, but, you know, slowly, catchy monkey. So, what would you like to talk to me about today? I don't have anything to ask Sophia. Should I spend time with her? No. Alright, I didn't realise that was the case. I didn't realise it was like, hey, do you want to personally spend some time with her? Nope, I would rather die. Should we go to the park and try and fight some monsters? No, we can't fight monsters. Do they only come out at night? It's probably that, isn't it? Oh wait. Even in the daytime, one should always use care when trekking in the wilderness. Go into the forest. The game pretty much told us last time that we should have fought a monster by now, so sure, why not? I am a school kid. I am a genius in one retrospect. I'm not sure if I'm a genius in fighting. If we're a stereotype, I'm definitely not. I've heard various people claim that there are monsters here. It's more likely the product of a lone wolf and someone's wild imagination. Still, it couldn't hurt to be careful. If something weird shows up, I can always run. I hope. Look, you have a lot of personal strength right now. You should have no problem. Should I explore further? Yeah, fuck yeah. I walk around in the forest for a while. I don't find anything except trees and grass. And grass even. Falls to it. I walk around in the forest for a while. I don't find anything except... What? How anticlimactic was that? That was dull. I was hoping something else would... Oh, for fuck's sake. Go on then. Now for something key. Girls like confident guys. You should always be yourself, but you should always work at making yourself a better person too. Learning and growing doesn't just end at school, but continues throughout your entire life. Most girls do not like being around depressed or desperate guys. Okay, so work on improving and soon that girl will fall for you. The player. What's he trying to say? Stop being such a shit person and someone will eventually fall in love with you. It's because you keep moaning about your life. No one cares. I think that's what the game's trying to say. Bastard. Do I want to call someone? No. I called someone last time. We actually did feck all, didn't we? Although saying that, my personal strength was raised a little bit. Oh, balls to it. Read something here. Why not? Let's just read this. This story is about a clumsy girl attending a magical academy. Magical diary. At first she makes a lot of mistakes, but then some of the teachers notice that the properties of her magic is different from normal magic. It's sexual! Oh god, it probably is sexual. The teachers agreed to keep it quiet. Okay. They revealed it to be dispel magic. It's kind of interesting. I learned nothing. Oh good. You got something in the mail, guide to database. Awesome. In that case, read a book. Guide to databases. Apparently I've got to read it 3 times. I learned something about databases. I learned what a database is. You can store stuff in it. Alex will be coming over soon to check out my new computer. I toss a few clothes into my closet wardrobe. But he's used to the mess, so it's not a big deal. The shirt, however, still there. Don't care about the shirt. That'll stay. Knock, knock. Coming. Hi, Ryu. You're such a nerd. Hey, Ryu, I can't wait to see you on your computer. Come in, come in. Don't mind if I do. So, where is it? I point to the shiny new computer sitting on my desk, sparkling like a crown jewel. It's beautiful. Alex leans over and grabs the mouse. My email program is still open. What is this? Alex's expression is dark as he scrolls frantically through my emails. Who sent this email to you? Who is this player that is sending you this advice? What, all the advice about picking up girls? I thought that was you. Alex is focused on reading the most recent email from the player. Is he going to turn around and be like, well, actually it is me, but now that someone else is fucking emailing you, I may as well do it myself. What is this? You don't have to keep pretending, Alex. I know that you're one of the wings of light. I'm not! I'm sorry, Ryu. I overreacted. Alex lets out a sigh and seats himself on his bed. He stares down at his hands for a moment before speaking. There was a time when I was known as one of the wings of light. Oh, what a surprise! That really caught me off guard. But that was a long time ago. I threw all of that away. Threw it away? Then who's been sending these emails? I don't know. Whoever it is definitely knows what he's talking about, though. But, no, he's got it all wrong for someone in your situation. Alex buries his head in his hands, running his fingers slowly through his hair. I just don't know why anyone would bring this back. I thought we had successfully buried all of that. Maybe Sophia knows who one of them is and has asked them to just email me generic shite. I hope it's not a, oh, well, I've heard about you and I thought you needed some help, and they're just vague. It got to the point, actually, Hanako Games, the person behind that, Georgina Benzi, fucking told me on Twitter. It's just like, yeah, I was watching an LP of someone else do this. The writer's so vague! Do we know what Claire's boyfriend's name is? Nope. Do we know what he looks like? Do we know what he does other than supposedly be Claire? Nope. Nothing. We know nothing about him at all. It's very vague. What are you talking about? Listen, I think it's better if we talk about this later. Are you free this weekend? Why? Is my flat bugged? Why do we need to speak about this later? Oh, whatever. Sure. Good, let's meet next weekend. Until then, don't follow the advice of the player too closely. It's certainly insightful, but at the same time, it could be misleading. I'm going to forward this email to myself. Maybe I'll be able to figure out who is behind it. That sounds a bit dodgy. Sorry to leave you so soon, Ryu, but our gaming will have to wait for another day. Okay? Take care. Let's meet up tomorrow. Just fucks off. Right. Without another word, he leaves my place. So whoever's been sending those messages wasn't Alex after all, but at least Alex admitted that he was one of the Wings of Light. Or rather, he was. That's what it said, isn't it? That he was one of the Wings of Light. I wonder what happened to him to make him hide his past like that. Well, probably Sting. No, it's probably something ridiculous and absurd. At least I have some free time tomorrow. Like, one girl rejected him. Or rejected... Yeah, rejected them. And it was just like, never again. Oh, dear. There is so much instability in the systems. Digger. The database needs more work than I expected. I know you're not really obligated to work, but some seriously bad stuff is going to happen if you don't help me out with this. My new management is cutting back on the funding for my department, but they can't stop the pay that you'll be getting if you help me out, since you got that contract that existed when the founders first started this bank. Please, I'm desperate because it's not only my job on the line, but it would just be really bad for everyone who is involved with the bank itself. Ryan. Again, look, I get you gotta leave subtle hints here and there, game. Don't tell me! So far the game's just been like, look, fucking do the database. If you don't do the database, you'll fucking fuck up, alright? Whatever. Right, guide to databases. I need to read a little more before I can use what I just read about. Oh, okay, so that doesn't count. I was told I have to... Oh, right, okay, yeah, okay. So I was told to read it 3 times. We're just going to do it one more time. I learned some things about databases. Good. So now... Oh, it's the weekend. We've got to meet Alex, haven't we? And he's going to... I hope he doesn't go too emo on me. Well, it's the weekend. Alex told me to meet him here. He finally admitted that he used to be a mate. I know! I was dead. That happened 5 minutes ago! Jesus Christ! Look, I am all for games. Giving you hints, giving you subtle hints. This one isn't only holding my hand. This game isn't holding my hand, right? This game has a handcuff around my hand, chained to the game. It has a clamp. It's like, nope. You're not clever enough to do this. I'm going to do it. Oh, and I think you're stupid as well, so therefore I'm going to remind you about everything. Grumble, grumble, grumble. But he isn't the person who sent all those emails to me. So who could it be? Ryu, you made it. What the fuck is it with that face? Like, I've only just seen you. Not even a hi, how you doing? No smile, no nothing. What, are we about to fucking go out of the Matrix? Whatever. Of course. So, are you going to tell me what's going on? Yeah, I'll tell you. Better yet, I'll show you. Let's get going or we'll miss the train. Come on. Oh my. It's quite a colourful train. It's also quite a weird train. It also appears to be driving along pavement. Why are there gates? In case someone jumps out of the window? It's like, oh, well, we can't have them jumping on from a moving train onto the side place. It's better put gates up. Whatever. As I board the train with Alex, I noticed that he's not his usual self. Usually he would be cheerfully chatting about the latest episode of his favourite show or a new game at the arcade. But today, he's completely silent. The look in his eyes is so distant, almost as if he's in another world. Yes, or he's being pensive. I'll tell you about myself later. I really don't want to explain everything in public like this. It's not gonna be bugged! You're a bunch of players in a fucking school, like... Did you stop because you murdered someone and police are just waiting for you to trip up? Whatever. So why don't you tell me about your situation again? I explained my situation with Claire and Rena, Rena's affection for me, Claire's boyfriend, and the whole mess that I've somehow found myself in. There is no mess to be had. There, literally no mess. We have a friend who may or may not be being abused psychologically by her boyfriend. That's not a mess! We don't even know if it's true yet! It could be bollocks! Like, we could show up and they could be cuddling and we could put cameras in it and he does nothing of the sort. Rena could have just been outside of his door and he's swearing at a video game. Like, he's playing Tomb Raider, he's like, oh, you big titty bitch! Oh! And Rena's one, oh my god, he's being abused. We don't know anything! Oh, well, it's still better than anything Christine fucking Love made, I guess. I see. The advice on girls that you got in the email does sound like good advice on how to get a girl to fall for you. The problem is, Claire already likes you. If you've been teasing her, then she is probably already attracted to you. Really? It's a lot more common than you may think. Many guys attract girls by teasing them. The theory is that girls are more interested in the guys who treat them differently. Also, Claire and Rena have no other close friends other than you, right? As far as I know. Remember how I told you before that personal strength is important? Yes, and I skipped past it because the game was just bragging about how much of a beautiful system it had. Yeah. Well, not only does it apply to you, but personal strength also applies to other people as well. Yet, I get it's important. They have to highlight it in red. Fuck's sake. Do you mean that Claire and Rena have some sort of PS stat as well? I guess you could say that. If you're their main source of social interaction, then it seems like it's really up to you to give them strength. So through interacting, we both gain personal... This is just like any dating. This is just like a series of flags, and if you do something right, and if you don't do something right, you don't... It's just a stat builder! That's all this is! I give her points, which is almost like personal strength, and then she likes me more. No! This is exactly the same as roommates, where it's just if you make a good decision, it gives you +5 or +15. There's nothing unique about this.